Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tuesday's Market Intelligence Brief. I am Matthew Buckley, call sign Wiz. What another fantastic day here at Top Gun Options. $67,000 today as the Dow is down 800 points. Folks, I told you this was going to happen, and we are printing money. And check this out. We actually bought some calls this morning, and they're up $2,200. What are you talking about? Was the market's down 800 points? You're buying calls? Yep. We bought calls in what? Moderna. Moderna is up 24% today in a sea of red. These are up. What is this? They shipped a potential vaccine to cure coronavirus to the United States for phase 1 trials. So look at this, folks. We actually got bullish on something today, and it's making money. And we got bearish on a ton of stuff. On Brazil, the Brazilian trade that we placed this morning is up $7,400. The S&P 500 trades that we placed this morning are up over $53,000. And you ready for this? I'm shooting this, 2:21 in the afternoon. I expect by the close, this portfolio is up today over 70 grand. What are you talking about, Wiz? Because at 2:30, in 9 minutes, just like what happened yesterday, you are going to see a ton of margin calls, right? We talked about earlier today in our live trade brief about how retail traders are kind of sticking this out and, blah, blah. They're stupid. We are imploding and going lower. You ready for this, folks? The next stop is most likely down there on the S&P 500, down at the 200-day moving average. We nailed this, guys. Absolutely nailed this. If you're bleeding and hemorrhaging red today and losing money, it's your fault. You're not listening. It is going lower. The CDC, ladies and gentlemen, came out about 20 minutes ago when I was in the car coming racing back to shoot this because I went to go fight for my VA benefits. Don't even want to get started on that. The CDC. The coronavirus, what are you, stupid? I predicted this was going to happen 2 months ago. Now the CDC is saying it formally, telling Americans to get ready. It's a question of when it's going to hit. They are telling families and people in this country to be prepared. You know what Uncle Wiz did on the way home from the disabled American veterans place trying to help me file my claim? I bought more ammo. Bought another AR-15 about a week and a half ago, folks. I'm not kidding when I'm telling you this, folks. This is horrific. This is a biological weapon that got, quote, accidentally released from the Wuhan People's Liberation Army Level 4 lab, the only Level 4 lab in China. Are you listening? Probably this guy sends out a lot of dumb tweets. The dumbest tweet I've ever seen from the President of the United States, which is saying a lot. Yesterday, after the market's over 1,000 point implosion, 4:42, 42 minutes after market close yesterday, stock market starting to look very good to me. You stupid idiot. How's the stock market looking to you now, Donald? Down 800 points. So if I were a little old lady today in tennis shoes who bought stocks this morning because the president said the stock market's looking good to them, I would sue him. You know it's bad when the president of the United States is saying, hey, buy stocks. They're looking fantastic here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it again for about the third time in this short brief so far. We're going lower. China. I'm done even talking about China. China's shut down. You can write China off the map. South Korea, huge industrial place. Japan, they have both turned into hotbeds, virus hotbeds. Italy, they canceled the Venice, Carnival, whatever the hell you call it. Canceled, done. Did you see the fashion, whatever? What's his name? That one designer did it with just models in an empty room. They didn't even have any people in there. It was just the people in the clothes, and you had to log in to watch. Iran, folks. Now, last Thursday, I briefed you. Last Thursday, I said, look at this headline in the Wall Street Journal. The market's real worry is lack of worry. What did I say? I said, when you see a Wall Street Journal headline like that, folks, what do? You buy volatility with both hands, and you buy puts on the S&P 500. Since I gave you that advice last Thursday afternoon, the VIX is up 111%. I'm getting nice emails and texts from side. Just saw somebody who's up $80,000 on VIX calls that they bought. They're essentially done for the year. Guys, like I'm going out and buying a car on your recommendation. So, what could China do? You want to talk about the market potentially even imploding lower? They own $1 trillion in our debt. Who does China care about right now? Like Donald Trump and the trade, phase one trade. Oh my God, they're worried about millions of their people dropping dead from an incurable virus. What if they break glass in case of emergency and pick up the phone? Hey, Don? Yeah, it's G. What's up, G? How's your golf swing? Let's talk about that later. I won $1 trillion back. You want to see a market go to zero and a VIX up at 90? This is a possibility. Yesterday afternoon at 2:30, somebody got a massive margin call because the GLD $4 billion sale. Somebody had to clear out of their GLD position to cover a margin call. This is getting worse. I want to know, where's Secretary of State Mike Pompeo? I want him to answer, is it him or who in the State Department allowed these 14 Americans back into the United States who are infected? And by the way, it ain't 14 people. Was it 53 now? Do you all remember how this started in China? Like 4, 10, 15, 1,000? Somebody let these people back into this country, folks. China finally maybe sort of slow, kind of like the CDC is slow walking us to the reality, or not me. I've been awake for 2 months and told you this is all leading the news here, folks. Top Gun Options has led the news on all of this. I got a phone call. I was at the VFW down in Pompano and couldn't get back here quick enough. I got a call from a little birdie that said the CDC is going to come out with this. And then the market imploded even more, folks. This is a bioweapon that got out of a lab. It's in Iran, folks. Did you see this press conference?
The head of a leading hospital in Wuhan
the press conference in Iran. The health minister has it. The health minister who looked like horseshit from hell, sweating, coughing, standing next to a dude who's now infected clearly as well. Iranian deputy health minister infected with coronavirus, seen looking feverish during an official press conference. So here's the deal. And I brought this up a week ago. What did I say? The Fed, the Federal Reserve, might be looking at an emergency rate cut. Now, if they do that, the algos are going to buy. We'll get a dead bad bounce, but it will implode further. If the Fed, remember, folks, the algos will buy, right? When they see the Fed jumping in to save capitalism again, they'll buy, and then it will implode because humans will turn the machines off and go, oh my God, the Federal Reserve it's called an emergency rate cut for a reason. It's not called a good, happy, fun time rate cut. It's called an emergency rate cut. If the Fed steps in with emergency rate cut, it means it's a hell of a lot worse than they're telling us. I told you folks 2 months ago, this time is different. It's not SARS. It's not Ebola. It's worse. Oh, it's a conspiracy theories, blah, blah, blah. If you listen to me, we had our biggest one-day gain at Top Gun Options back here. What was it, like 102, whatever it was, 150 across the portfolios. I lost count because it was fantastic. This today is probably going to, oh, look at this. We started the brief, this was up, 65,000? Now we're up $74,000. Now the Dow's down 900 points as I'm briefing you. We are 1 minute away, guys, from margin calls going into effect. My prediction is the Dow closes down well over 1,000 points, and this portfolio might even be up 100 grand in a day. This is fantastic. I'm having a blast, folks. Trust me. Could you imagine being miserable and like sitting there sucking your thumb in the corner as your 401k becomes a 01k? That ain't us, folks. We are sitting here trading the hell out of this. I'm going Gordon Gekko on this. If you don't know what you're doing, you need to join us. Matter of fact, tonight at 7, why don't you join us tonight at 7 o'clock? Head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT dash academic. That stands for full throttle dash academics. Tonight, I'm going to kick off a brief at 7 p.m. You want to know what the hell's going on? You join me tonight at 7 o'clock. Because this is going to get worse. We're going lower, folks, and you haven't missed the opportunity yet to potentially profit on us going lower. In addition to joining us tonight, only for $195 for 8 sessions over the next 4 weeks, you need to get into our live trade brief. So tonight at night, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do academic training. Okay, I'm going to tell you what calls and puts are and spreads and everything like that. That's with a bottle of wine and sitting here talking. During the day, at least on Monday and Tuesday, you can watch my live trade brief. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/joint. Okay, $195 for a month of this, or a 25% discount if you do it annually, ladies and gentlemen. Just one of these trades. Now we're up to $80,000. And the Dow's accelerating even lower. This is I just want to sit here and watch the screen, folks. $81,000, $82,000. Holy shnikes. Does your portfolio look like this today? If it doesn't, folks, you're doing it wrong. Look at the S&P 500. Bye-bye. There's a huge sell order. This is fantastic. This will go down as the best day. This is just one portfolio, guys. This is one of our portfolios. Across our portfolios, we've been bearish. We were neutral last week, which was perfectly timed. Look at that. Look at this right here. Bearish, then I got bullish, and we got neutral last week, and then I said, holy crap, it's over with. Guys, the next stop is down there at the 200-day moving average. Look at that. We might even, now we're down over 950. I told you, we're going to close probably down over 1,000 points. This might be over 100 grand by the time we close. I've been dragging you, folks. I've been dragging you to water. You want to drink? Drink. If not, good luck trading this market on your own. Join us tonight. It's only $195, folks, for 4 weeks of training. And I'm going to be talking about all of this and the trades that we're going to potentially place. What a great freaking day. Epic. That's a super awesome day for me personally. Again, having to fight the VA for benefits that I've earned. Had a buddy put a bullet in his head Thursday. Wife, 2 kids. It's just awful. So clearly it's not about the money, because we are printing money here at Top Gun Options as people are getting wiped out. That's not nice to say, but it is. At the end of the day, do you want to actually lose money in this market, or do you want to make money? If you want to make money, you got to join me tonight. Go.topgunoptions.com/FT-academic. And you also have to sign up for the trade briefs. These are 2 separate things. If you just want the academic training at night, Wiz, I don't know what an iron condor is. Well, I'm going to teach you what an iron condor is for an hour, hour and a half. After market close at night, hanging out. But you have to complement that. It's like going to the simulator building, learning all your academics, and then getting airborne live and doing it in the market. We did a primary live trade brief this morning at 10 o'clock, and during that brief, we placed all of these trades. The one that I didn't place, I placed before the brief, I sent out via text and email. Isn't that fantastic? Awesome. So there you go, folks. Go.topgunoptions.com/join. Epic. Yesterday, go watch yesterday's Monday Market Outlook if you didn't get a chance to see it, and then watch today's. 2 days in a row, we are printing money, folks, as people are panicking. You have the choice. Join us. Come to the dark side, or actually come to the green side. That's where you need to come. All right, I got to get going. I got to trade into the close as the margin calls hit here. And just like yesterday afternoon, the invisible or not so invisible hand of the New York Federal Reserve, the plunge protection team, tried to jump in and save capitalism. It failed, and now we're imploding even further. So that's what's going to happen here. We're going to pound this thing into the dirt. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see many of you tonight. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless.